Mitch McConnell making an announcement here saying he's going to step down from Senate Republican leadership.
The end of my contributions are closer than I'd prefer. My career in the United States Senate began amidst the Reagan Revolution. The truth is, when I got here, I was just happy if anybody remembered my name. President Reagan called me Mitch O'Donnell. Close enough, I thought. My wife Elaine and I got married on President Reagan's birthday, February 6th. It's probably not the most romantic thing to admit, but Reagan meant a lot to both of us. For 31 years, Elaine has been the love of my life, and I'm eternally grateful to have her by my side. I think back to my first days in the Senate with deep appreciation for the time that helped shape my view of the world. I'm unconflicted about the good within our country and the irreplaceable role we play as the leader of the free world. It's why I worked so hard to get the national security package passed earlier this month. Believe me, I know the politics within my party at this particular moment in time. I have many faults. Misunderstanding politics is not one of them. That said, I believe more strongly than ever that America's global leadership is essential to preserving the shining city on a hill that Ronald Reagan discussed. As long as I'm drawing breath on this earth, I will defend American exceptionalism. So as I've been thinking about when I would deliver some news to the Senate, I always imagined a moment when I had total clarity and peace about the sunset of my work. A moment when I'm certain I have helped preserve the ideals I so strongly believe. That day arrived today. My goals when I was narrowly elected to the Senate back in 1984 were fairly modest. Do a good job for the people of Kentucky and convince them that by doing so they might rehire me for a second term. That was it. That was the plan. If you would have told me 40 years later that I would stand before you as the longest serving Senate leader in American history, frankly, I would have thought you'd lost your mind. I have the honor of representing Kentucky in the Senate longer than anyone else in our state's history. I just never could have imagined that happening when I arrived here in 1984 at 42. I'm filled with heartfelt gratitude and humility for the opportunity. But now it's 2024. I'm now 82. As Ecclesiastes tells us, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. To serve Kentucky in the Senate has been the honor of my life. To lead my Republican colleagues has been the highest privilege. But one of life's most underappreciated talents is to know when it's time to move on to life's next chapter. So I stand before you today, Mr. President, and my colleagues, to say this will be my last term as Republican leader of the Senate. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. However, I'll complete my job my colleagues have given me until we select a new leader in November and they take the helm next January. I'll finish the job the people of Kentucky hired me to do as well, albeit from a different seat. And I'm actually looking forward to that. So it's time for me to think about another season. I love the Senate. It's been my life. There may be more distinguished members of this body throughout our history, but I doubt there were any with any more admiration for the Senate. After all this time, I still get a thrill walking into the Capitol, and especially on this venerable floor, knowing that we, each of us, have the honor to represent our states and do the important work of our country. But Father Time remains undefeated. I'm no longer the young man sitting in the back, hoping colleagues would remember my name. It's time for the next generation of leadership. As Henry Clay said in this very body in 1850, the Constitution of the United States was not made merely for the generation that then existed, but for posterity. Unlimited, undefined, endless, perpetual posterity. So time rolls on. There'll be a new custodian of this great institution next year. Won't surprise you to know I intend to turn this job over to a Republican majority leader. I have full confidence in my conference to choose my replacement and lead our country forward. There'll be other times to reminisce. I'm immensely proud of the accomplishments I've played some role in obtaining for the American people. Today is not the day to discuss all of that, because as I said earlier, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. There are many challenges we must meet to deliver for the American people, and each will have my full effort and attention. I still have enough gas in my tank to thoroughly disappoint my critics, and I intend to do so with all the enthusiasm with which they become accustomed. So to my colleagues, thank you for entrusting me with our success. It's been an honor to work with each of you. There'll be plenty of time to express my gratitude in greater detail as I sprint towards the finish line, which is now in sight. I yield the floor.
A standing ovation there for Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announcing he will step down as the Senate Republican leader in November, saying he will continue to serve as senator until the end of his term, which is January 2027.
Yeah.
At 82 years old, making this announcement.
Incredible, 40 years. Let's get to congressional correspondent Nathaniel Reed. Nate, this is huge. How would you describe what we just saw play out?
Well, I mean, this is a day that I think everyone knew was coming. The two health incidents that Mitch McConnell had suffered in the past year, those freezing incidents that were very well publicized, made clear there have been other times that we've talked about the minority leader's health. There have been concerns about his health. But, you know, Minority Leader McConnell was the one to always make that decision of when he would decide to step down as the Senate party leader. And up to this point, he'd given no clue as to when that was. He still has a decent grasp over the Senate Republican conference. He was reelected their leader last year, right after the midterm elections, which saw Republicans not win control of the chamber. So he was reelected as minority leader. He will remain minority leader until the very end of this Congress as well. So he's not immediately stepping down, but at the same time, he's acknowledged that it's time for a new generation. And that new generation is very different from him in some key senses. Every one of his possible replacements, the three that are most often floated, John Thune, the Republican of South Dakota, his current deputy, John Cornyn, the Republican of Texas, and John Barrasso, the Republican of Wyoming, have all endorsed former President Trump. So far, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has not done so. He has not spoken with the former president since December of 2019, when the former president was still in office. They disagreed sharply over the former president's role on January 6th. There was some reporting that Mitch McConnell had even thought about voting to convict former President Trump in that second impeachment trial after he'd left office over his role in the insurrection. So in many ways, McConnell represents, to some extent, a kind of bygone wing of the Senate Republican Party and the Republican Party as a whole, a part that wanted to play a big role in foreign affairs. It was it's not lost on me that you know, a large part of his legacy is going to be the money that he helped secure for Ukraine, for the Indo-Pacific, for Israel, all things that he viewed as important. Not all Republicans share those convictions, certainly not the convictions of former President Donald Trump, who, of course, is seeking the White House again. But again, this was a day that was long coming. It wasn't clear when it was going to happen. But at the same time, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell making that announcement just a couple of moments ago